Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, the world famous home of Levy Out, apparently, because that's what we like to scream all day long. This is a special edition of Tottenham on Tour. It is a Dagul and Kauff chat, and we're going to be chatting everything that has happened today. We've got loads of big news, which Aki Dagul talked about more on the TA stream that was this morning. So if you want to do that, you can head over to that stream and you can watch that. Stel and Dagul had a long chat about that, a long chat. So if you want to hear everything, it's more likely. But firstly, how are you, Aki?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's been a very long day. We'll get into it. Obviously, both Stella and I knew something was going to break yesterday.
Yeah.
Couldn't say anything till it was made. It was made. Everyone's talking about it. Sky's talking about it. I've been talking on streams or off streams pretty much non-stop all day. I only had a little break when my beautiful niece Sophie came because she wanted to come and play with Uncle Brian. So we had a good hour and a half, 2 hours where I didn't speak about Tottenham.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Talking about Tottenham. How are you, Ben, brother?
Doing all right. It's been a long day. We've roasted a lot of coffee in the last 2 days. So I am absolutely exhausted and I still smell of coffee. But I have avoided all the Tottenham news. I've not gone on a single stream today. So this is it. This is going to be, you're going to vent and then I might vent. So this is going to be interesting. So are you ready to go into the news, Mr. Aki?
Mate, I am ready. I'm ready to go. I am ready and ready to go. I am ready and raring to go.
Time for merchandising. Hit the BT.
Tottenham on Tour.
So yes, this morning it was broken on the Tottenham Hotspur Supporter Trust Twitter that they will be attending a demonstration at the Manchester United game on the 19th of August 2023, where they are going to be protesting about the increase of ticket prices up to 20% in some cases, depending on upwards up to 20%, and it's great. This is amazing news. It landed on Sky Sports, all over the internet. People are talking about it all over, legitimate news, YouTubers, all of the above. Firstly, Brian, before we go into the twit, we're going to, what's your whole take on this?
So it's good that I can now talk about it on our channel. Obviously, it was big news. It was Stell's news to break. It was Tottenham away's news to break. Stell, thankfully, because of our tight bond that we have from people knowing that we've been at school for 30 years together, had spoken that, Brian, I'm breaking this with you. Your name was mentioned in what has transpired. There's no one else I want to do this with rather than you. Obviously, it's wonderful Tottenham way to think of us in that way, and my friendship with Stell. And obviously, everything that's been going on. We have been tirelessly fighting this fight against the board. And we've been growing, but we've been asking, and we've been told you need to get big numbers, you need to make a change, something needs to. And then obviously, I spoke to Stell yesterday, and he let me know what had transpired and what had happened. And it was music to my ears to hear this. I'd been asking I'd asked last week for the trust to find their voice after the Lewis and defender day, where the three defenders seemed off. And it looks like a big organisation. The organisation probably you would have thought would have been the least expected to come out. There were calls for big Twitter accounts, YouTube channels to come out and make a stand. And if I had £1 million and I could make a bet on one person or one group, it would not have been the trust.
Yeah.
But it was. They let us know, or they let Stell know, that this was going to break tomorrow, and true to their word, they came out with a big, bold statement that as of Manchester United, they will be in attendance, like you said that word, showing that they're not happy with things that are happening at the football club right now, that they are reaching the end of their tether where it's time for action, not words.
Yeah.
And it's a bold move from the trust, and a one that I welcome.
Yeah.
Open-heartedly, whatever the terminology is. It's a big day. It's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing, isn't it, Brian? Because a lot of people in the space have been criticizing us as the people that protest. They're saying, "Oh, we're just a rabble. We're this. We're that. We're not a legitimate question towards the board. There aren't enough of us." Any insult they can come up to.
Yeah.
We are now officially legitimate. This is as legitimate as you can be to stand beside the people that are physically elected to speak out against the board, and for them to ask for our help in a way. I'm not blowing myself up. I'm not blowing smoke up my own behind, as it were. But I've only been doing this a year, 2 years, if that. But to be asked by the biggest thing, we need your help. We need the YouTube community. We need personalities that actually speak with the people, and we need you to speak with the people with us. So I welcome this. This will be a great partnership if we can put our heads together, put our differences aside in many ways. We do have differences with the Supporters Trust because, again, they are normal fans. They are normal Tottenham Hotspur fans that speak for their voters because they do elected. And if we can get together, we can accomplish great things. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm really much looking forward to this working relationship they are trying to come up with.
Yeah, I mean, have they asked for our help? I don't know if that's the right. I know what you're trying to say, but I don't know if that's right. They reached.
You know what I mean? They're asking.
Yeah,
they're asking for the digital space.
Yeah, they reached out, and one of the reasons they reached out is they had seen my pop up.
Yeah.
And they had seen the artwork that I had done by a great person who does this for us. And No Child reached out to me personally. There was a time Matt Hayes actually reached out to say, "Brian, listen, you need to clean this up. Here's a guy that can help."
Yeah.
And I was in communication with this guy, and thanks to Matt for doing that. But then this other person who wishes to remain nameless came to me and said, "Brian, listen, I can't attend protests. I can't do the things you're doing, but I'm so behind you. If there's anything I can do, whether it come to doing that."
Oh.
We've gone down that platform and that method there, and he's been brilliant. And the trust had seen it, and that's what they said. "Still, I've seen what you're doing. Please go ahead with it because we're going to drop something on Tuesday, as it was." And this will be it. Now, like you said, when it comes to help, we people have been saying, "Oh, you won't get the numbers. Protest does nothing. This does this. This does that." The people I proudly stand with, and remember, I've been given the opportunity because of the platform I have, because of going on We Are Tottenham TV originally, the mothership, and still have, out of the protesters, we have the platform and the voice, social media wise and YouTube wise. People like Graham, Billy Carnes, Boogie, Rachel, and Andrew Rose, Andrew Cooper, Big Dell. I could go on naming names. Yeah. I really could. They've been doing this for like 10, 15 years at games, home, away, Europe, home, away, Europe, banners, whatever it may be. They've been doing it. They got to a certain level, which was wonderful and great things they've done. The stuff we did at the training ground, both this January and the January before, that's another level that was added to this. Then, obviously, adding what's been going on in YouTube, and not just with me and Stell, other people that are leaving out, and not even people that are leaving out.
Yeah.
the discussion with other channels, it's been a huge topic of debate and controversy, and it has dominated the airwaves. And you talk Sky, you talk BT, you talk Talksport, you talk all the other organisations and the written media. It's being spoken about. Like we said, we people have been saying there's no organisation, there's no this, there's no that. It's like, well, come and help us and show. But for the trust to come out and do what they've done is a bold statement. Now,
Yes.
what I will say is we have seen Change for Tottenham come out and say they're going to attend and do marches and cancel for whatever reason. This is not a dig at them. There's been another one that said a couple of Januaries away. We're coming down with 500 T-shirts. There's at least 50, 60, 70 of us coming down. We're going to support you. 2 days before, oh no, we're not. We've pulled out. That we were getting threats, even though none of them had faces or their names. And myself, who clearly on all my social media is Bride Dagul, people know my face if I'm outside the stadium or at the training ground. Not a single death threat, not a single anything like that. Abuse, yes. To that extreme, no. For the trust to come out and make this statement is big. Is big. And you've got to remember what they've done now is they've done it that they've come out. If they backtrack, they look very, very silly, and they've thrown anything away that they could have had moving forward in any aspect.
Yeah.
But if they do stick to their word, and I think they will, I have every faith that they will for Man U, and that's a bold statement. That gets, I was saying on Tottenham away, that this, now that when I tweeted what I tweeted, I'm going to give you the exact figures now. When I did it at We Are Tottenham TV, Tottenham away, sorry, it was a lot less. But when I tweeted out the artwork yesterday about the protest, it's now been seen by 32,100 people.
Yeah.
It's got 271 likes, 173 retweets, and 15 messages, which is good. It's got out there. It's getting out there. But that was tweeted last night around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. The Trust did their thing 11 hours ago.
Yeah.
It has been seen by 874,000 people.
Yeah.
It has been liked 2,358 times. It has been retweeted 1,164 times. There's been 170 comments. And I was saying at that time, you watch this break on Sky Sports News now that the tweet has gone. And what would you know? When I was live on We Are Tottenham TV with Stel, Sky Sports News, breaking. So we needed someone that could get that reach and pump it out.
Absolutely.
And the Supporters Trust have done it.
Absolutely. And just so the people that might be saying, oh, it's not going to do anything, this statement means nothing, yada, yada, yada. It's a good segue into our first banner.
Yes.
Before and after the first, before and after. Before and after. These are two tweets taken straight from the Tottenham Hotspur page.
Yep.
So they're not doctored. I screenshot them myself. I have no editing skills at all. So if before you say that, I am awful at editing. So this was the thing before the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust thing this week.
Yep. And I'll just read it. It just says, we're back home this week. Now, the important thing to remember is this was tweeted last night.
Yeah.
Before I had posted what I posted and Stel posted and it started retweeting, before the trust had come out, solely, we're back home this week. That's it.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, I had tweeted, which wouldn't have been a big thing, but obviously caused scenes. Then the trust tweeted 11 hours ago.
Yeah.
And before you bring this up, Ben, I'm going to say that the tweet we're now going to bring up, the trust 11 hours ago, 2 hours after the trust had broken their news that they're going to go ahead and protest matchday tickets, they tweeted this as their first tweet since the trust. And it reads, Plans have been confirmed for Sunday's home pre-season friendly with FC Shakhtar at Spurs Stadium, a match dedicated to the people of the Ukraine. So where we're getting with this is, I'm sure this was all done, a dedicated match for the people
It was already confirmed.
already in the, and also they could have mentioned that in the first tweet. But instead of talking about what the tweet have done, knowing that protests are going ahead, their way to do it is to play on the heartstrings. And all I can say is the response to the Tottenham Hotspur tweet in this community has been pulling at the heartstrings, seeing what you're doing. This is leave you out, leave you out, leave you out. Literally every single one of them has said, I can see what you're doing. You're playing at the heartstrings. This is the way that this club deal with things. A massive thing has come out from the trust, and their way to do, rather than say, we are aware that the trust has tweeted, we are taking this under advice. Listen, any words to that effect.
Yeah.
Rather than facing the issue,
yeah.
Let's throw it's a charity event. Now, everyone should know the charity donations were made when buying the tickets. One of the options are, would you like to donate something to? Not a portion of this match day revenue is going, but would you, the fan, like to make a donation to the people of Ukraine? This all going on whilst he's trying to sell Davinson Sanchez.
It's a brilliant cause what they're doing, but it should come out the ticket price. It should come out the ticket price, not ask you to donate more. Because again, people are struggling. People are struggling. The cost of living crisis, ticket prices going up. This was the only game they could afford. So this is the reason they're going to this game and not to Manchester United, because this is the only game they could afford. So then make them pay the ticket and then ask for a donation. Have 50% of it go, and then that is a goodwill gesture. And then everyone, us included, would be like, you know what? Fair play. They're giving they're trying to do something nice. They're doing something for the people of Ukraine. It's a great cause. Yada yada yada. But to ask for extra money and then do this, I mean, we knew it was a charity game. They said it when they announced the fixture. Why have they had to do it after the fact?
Well, that's the way they respond to things. They just change the narrative and put out something that makes you think, oh, let's see, the protesters now, they're doing this on a charity match. They're doing this. Listen, when we do our protests, we have said there will be no Levy, ENIC out, banners out whatsoever, because then it becomes about them. This is not about them. This is about the way you've treated the fans, hiking tickets up for match day going fans that don't have season tickets, people being priced out of taking their families. Now, I know for a fact with my dad, I love Tottenham anyway, but my dad we were all lucky that our parents could afford to take us to our first game or a few games. Well, these fans and families, unfortunately, with the cost of living crisis and everything, are being priced out of it. And to come out and try and play that card after my tweet, Stell's tweet, doing the rounds, and like I said, I'm not taking any credit for this being Tottenham looking at me and Stell and going, oh my God, they're at it again.
Yeah.
But the trust have come out and said something, like when they did in January, and it just gets kiboshed away, and they come up with something like this to try and pull at the heartstrings. And people in the responses have seen it. I think it's very brave Spurs kept the comments on, because they know what they're about to get. And Ben, I don't know how you feel. It's just another try and tug on the strings.
Yeah. It's the club trolling us.
Yeah.
It's the club using PR to say, you know, the meme where it's that dog character sitting in a burning room drinking his cup of coffee, and he says, "Oh, this is fine." That is what that is. Everything is burning. Everyone is complaining. The roof is falling in, and it's all right, really. that is what's happening. It's people. The time is up now. The time is up. We know what the problems are.
Yep.
We just want, as fans, to watch good football and to be proud of our football club. And fans are no longer proud of their football club the way it is run. And people that are proud of the football club are probably deluded. I don't like saying that about fans because I never like to blame fans for anything. Because at the end of the day, you don't choose your football club unless you have chosen. The majority of us that go to Tottenham games have been put it through family. I go with my family. There was no choice of supporting another football club.
Correct.
I know and then your dad gave you the choice. You can support any football team you want as long as it's not them lot down the road. Most people don't have a choice of what football team they support. So it's not like a normal business. And that they are playing with people's lives in terms of you can't support another football club. I can't just go and support Epping FC or Buckerstill FC because it's not the same for me because I've been watching Tottenham since I could walk. That is, you're playing with people's lifelong support, and it's unacceptable. This cause is an amazing cause for the people of Ukraine. It's an amazing cause. It's amazing that they're getting families that have been settled here since the conflict started, and they're taking them together. It's an amazing cause, but don't do that to squash an actual elected board of Tottenham fans that are concerned with their football club. They're concerned. They give their lives. They give not their lives. They give their spare time to help supporters of the club they hold most dear to them, and that is unacceptable.
Yes, completely. Like I said, not only we just want to see good football, we want to see our club that have owners that have the best interest of the football club at heart. If we had our two centre backs in, and we knew the deal with Harry Kane, yes, I would still be goddamn Levy out. But you'd be like, okay, this time they've done it. We've heard it too many times. This is the time. This is the time. This is the manager. This is the director of football. This is the time that everything changes. Levy's understood. Levy listens. Levy blah blah blah. And we're here again. We're in August now. We are in August, and the defence is still an issue. We don't know what's going on with Harry Kane, and this isn't. We're not getting into Harry Kane, but this is where we are. All we want is the
transparency. Transparency.
And the football club treated like the business side of it. That's it. Simple. Once it's done, that's done. Once they've sold, you will see it completely different. This won't be me and others, Stell, whatever, going, let's argue for the sake of arguing. It'll stop. It all goes away. We can be positive again. We can listen. We're positive about the football. I'm positive about Ange. I really like Ange. I want him to do well.
I really like that. We want this guy to do well. We want him to do well. We're begging for him to be a success. But at this rate, he's going to be sacked in November because his team cannot defend against the Lion City Sailors of all teams. I never heard of the Lion City Sailors 3 weeks ago, and they put a goal past us.
Yeah. So yeah, basically that's the news. About the trust today. What's happened? The stream we did with Tottenham away. Everyone give a like and subscribe to Tottenham away if you haven't already. All the boys over there, please do. But then it's been a serious day.
That's
a bit of comedy, Ben. A bit of comedy.
So I'm going to bring up another tweet that came up.
Before you do that, let's just say, obviously, let's build this up. Everyone knows what's coming. Let's face it. But let's face it. Today we've had the trust news, Harry Kane deadline, whatever you want to talk. Lack of defenders, but the two top defenders are apparently back on the agenda all of a sudden because nothing. And then obviously, just when you think this club doesn't read the room, just when you think this club couldn't do anything more embarrassing, they bring this out.
To mark this week's release of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in UK cinemas, the club is collaborating with Paramount UK on a range of Turtles-themed activities, events, and merchandising or merchandising during the school summer holidays. Find out more. And I was speaking with Brian and Brian Ireland as well, and the other boys in the Tottenham on Tour chat room, and we were wondering, TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, sounds very, 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 very similar to something. And you know what it is? Tottenham make no transfers.
It's just like Coy's when I said it's Cambridge, oh yes, study. When he did Coy's Daniel. Carry on, Ben.
Tottenham make no transfers.
Tottenham make no transfers. La la la.
Because that is what it makes it. So yes, we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we've got Beyonce, we've got WizKid, we've got Guns N' Roses, but we got no transfers. So this is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club now.
Mate, you're forgetting this week as well. We've gone on a plane from Thailand to Singapore, and we had to make sure we promoted the TIU bags.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later, on the day that I went to We Are Tottenham TV Thursday, we announced our range of formal wear.
Oh!
So you could be a turtle in Spurs formal wear and have a backpack over your shell. What wonderful times.
And listen to some great rap music, even though I don't like rap music.
Not bad, eh?
Not bad, but this is hilarious. This is one of the funniest things I've heard today. So a massive shout out to Brian Ireland for coming up with this, because this is bloody hilarious. That is so funny, because Tottenham have still made no transfers. We are 3 weeks away from the first game of the season. 3 weeks away, and we are terrified. We are absolutely terrified, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious. I don't know what you think of this, Brian.
I mean, honestly, a very good friend of mine back home in Canada, by the name of Jake, sent me the tweet as it went live. I hadn't seen it, so he just said, "This is ridiculous. This is a new low." So I tweeted it, thinking, "What could it be?" I opened it up and I saw the picture. And I was like, do I even want to read this? But I knew I was going to read this. If you could have said a million things was going to happen today.
Yeah.
Would Spurs do a stupid merchandising endorsement sponsor deal? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Would I, if I had a million guesses, have said Paramount and the Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles? Mate, is that our back four? Is that our back four? That's our back four. The 4 Ninja Turtles are our back four, Brian. D'Angelo's our centre back.
Michelangelo, we've got who knows?
Our centre back.
Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello. We'll see what the formation is. But
that's our back four, guys. That's what that is. The
there's even
people. Ninja Turtles are the back four. Eric Dyer.
There's people even joking around and going, "This is the clue to say that we're signing Mbappe. This is the release video," and it's like nothing. He's incoming. It's the start.
Mbappe to Spurs here.
Mbappe's coming to score. Here we go. But it's just honestly, someone said there's someone that I speak to a lot on Twitter. His name's Dave Raybold. I think that's his name. I'm sure it's Dave Raybold. It's Dave something. I'm sure it's Raybold. If you're watching Dave, I apologise for getting your name wrong. But he was like, do you know what? This just goes to show. This was probably a scheduled tweet ready to go out that they pumped out. Probably like the TUI bags, the formal wear. They know that this is about to come out.
Yeah.
What does it take for the club to go, do you know what? If I was chairman, and thank God I'm not, I would have said, do you know what? We need to stop this. Because this is going from bad to worse. With everything that's going on, we need to stop anything that looks like we're promoting anything that brings money into the club that, remember, goes back into the stadium, goes back into the club, sorry. Every penny goes back into the club.
This is embarrassing. This
Do you
is
know what? Forget
really embarrassing.
they haven't even advertised summer football camps they're doing,
No.
where they can go and kids can go and play football, and maybe the scouting network may be able to identify future Spurs players
Yeah.
in the not too distant future. But no, 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 no. We've now gone into the movie business, people, and
We've got the Eric
we've
Dyer movie, the best comedy of the year, and we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
well, Paramount they do have their own comedy channel, don't they? Paramount Comedy. I think they've changed it, the name of it now, but they've added the biggest act. They've added the biggest comedy act of the lot right now, haven't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
They've added Tottenham Hotspur to their collection. We haven't added Paramount to ours. The sheer
Coming to Paramount Plus soon.
I literally thought at one point, till I saw it at Spurs, I thought someone's just put a funny tweet out. I thought this cannot be official from Spurs. But it is.
Yeah.
But it is. And we just have to sit back and
This is what our friend Wayne Holland meant by the club are trolling you. This is trolling on another level. This is the funniest troll I've ever seen. It's so funny. Like I can't, like you could not even make it up. Like you couldn't make it up. It's that brilliant. If there is a comedy show about Tottenham in 40, 50 years, about at least 23 years, they're going to remember this day of August the 1st of 2023 on a Tuesday. They're going to remember the time when the club is in utter turmoil. We promote the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead of buying a new centre back. They're going to remember this. This is sitcom. This is Friends quality comedy. This is Seinfeld. This is Everybody Loves Raymond. This is Curb Your Enthusiasm. This is what this is.
Ben, I think we need to get you, not right now, but you and me need to work on. I've come up with Leave You Out songs that have gotten around or tried to get around to certain tunes of certain songs. But I'm convinced now that if we get Brian Ireland to work on the music, we could actually get the track going of Craig David's 7 Days.
Yeah.
And instead of saying I met her on a Monday, took her for a drink on Tuesday, we could literally get days of the week. Joe Lewis was indicted on a Thursday. It's writing itself.
It's like
If anyone wants to add lyrics to Craig David's version of 7 Days,
description.
can you please write them in the comments once you've liked and subscribed to the channel?
And I'm going to call out someone personally because I know they would be absolutely brilliant at this. Phil P, member of the Phil Army. Kuva, Bobby K, Cody Mack.
Anyone.
I'm calling you out, guys. I'm staring into the camera. You've got to write Craig David 7 Days with Tottenham Hotspur embarrassing us. That's your work.
It could be a sensation. It could be the Christmas #1 if we play this right.
Oh, it's going to be the Hanukkah #1, Christmas.
There you go.
It's going to be on top of the pops.
There you go. So this is. I mean, it's just comical. Do you know what? I said it. I hated yesterday. Tomorrow's been shitty.
Yeah.
I fear for what tomorrow brings for this football club.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely brilliant, though, Brian. Get the popcorn ready.
It's laughable. We're not talking about players coming in. There's still no answer to Harry Kane. But what we have learned today is after the Trust have tweeted, they've let all the Spurs fans know that Sunday is a charity game. Just in case people weren't concerned or had forgotten that little thing which everyone knew about. And we're all talking about now about our fantastic partnership with Paramount and
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, what a wonderful day as a football club.
So if you like Brian and I are having a chat about the absolute nonsense we talk about. So please like and subscribe to Tottenham on Tour, the double T, as we like to be known as. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been The Kauff. If you smell what The Kauff is brewing, and as always,
Levy out.